Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Today we are working with Filament PHP, and we have both Ryan Chandler and Dan Harrin joining us. So I will add them in now. Oh, as if by magic. Hey guys, thanks for coming. Can you see the screen?
Hello. Yep, I can see your screen.
Success. Is it all looking good?
I cannot hear
I
Ryan
can't
though.
see your screen. Yeah,
Excellent.
I can hear Dan. I can't see your screen.
You can't see my screen? Whatever is going on? Let me...
No.
Yeah, and your screen's not there either. For
Oh,
me.
what's going on? Come on, interview stuff. How about now?
Nope.
Ah, that is
No,
Ryan?
still nothing on my end.
definitely annoying. Okay, if you can't, if it's being a bit tricky, then maybe have you got space on your screen to open up the stream? Oh,
Yeah, I think it might be.
Probably, but
I think
it's
it
gonna
might be a
lag.
little bit behind. But
Yeah.
what the hell is this? Okay, well, we'll try. We'll keep trying. We can hear each other, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
yeah, you can hear each other.
Excellent, excellent. So I can see all of you, and we'll figure out using the stream in a minute. That's just annoying. Okay, right. Well, thanks for coming, everyone. We are going to be doing Filament PHP. What I have done so far is create a new Laravel project, and that is it. So we're just going to kick it off there. So the first thing we need to do is follow the docs, the thing that I never do. We're going to go straight for the admin panel today. So we're just going to go for Filament. Docker is up and running. And now I can sail artisan migrate to get all of the database up there. And we are good. So the first step, Ryan and Dan, is what do you do first when you start a new Filament admin project?
I think I'd probably say just work on the migrations for what you're gonna do.
So you wouldn't start with like creating a user or anything, you just dive deep into like, let's just get our business logic done, yeah?
Yeah, users fine if you don't have one, but normally you'd have like Jetstream or Breeze installed so you can register one now. But yeah, if we just do an admin panel, then sure, make a user with the command line. I'll be the Filament user command.
Wait for Docker to wake up, and there we go. So I can add my email. Wow, I can't even spell my email tonight. It is a sign of the night, unfortunately. This is people. I think people are used to my live streams being a little bit crappy. So now, if I go back to the web, I can go to /admin.
Yep.
And we've got Filament admin ready to rock and roll.
And since we're not using anything else, we can probably just make it so that there's no prefix, so there's no admin prefix on the URL.
So how do we do that?
And that's in the config file. It's in the config file,
So
so
I need
you
to
can
publish
publish
the
that.
config first, don't you?
Yeah.
Deploying, publish the config. Which way am I going? It's going to mix it up depending on where I am in the screen. Here's Filament. Okay, so I just add that to env, or can I just leave that as an empty string?
Yeah, you
You
can
leave it to empty string.
put a
It's
forward
good.
slash or empty string. Yeah.
I think empty string works.
That's probably going to get confused with the Laravel web one. So if I
The
just
welcome root. Yeah.
drop that, we're good. So let's log in, and we're in straight away. That's awesome. Got some people already. Excellent. We've got
Nice.
some people tuning in. Thanks for coming.
Hello.
So where do we begin? What's your advice for starting a new Filament project?
So I think we should take a look at ping, because we're going to be basing our CRM on ping.
Yeah.
So if we look at the columns we've got in the ping database, maybe.
Okay, so if I come over to the database, come down to the migrations, for example, they've got like accounts, users, organizations, and contacts. So it's weird the way that they do it. So I think it was planned to be bigger than what it is, because there's no sort of account management. If you create a user, you're not saying what account they're part of. So I think that's something that they were planning on doing, but just never expanded to. So I definitely think that's something that can be just ignored. So we'll go for
Yeah,
users.
I think the account stuff was you hook an organization up to an account. I think that's how it works at the database level.
Was that it? It is. So you don't actually need it before users, do you? A user belongs to an account as well.
I mean, to be honest, we can just copy over the migrations from there.
Probably can, to be honest.
And use those as a base.
Other than users, because
Save
just
some time.
migrated.
Yeah.
Let's just go in. It will log me out. I'll have to recreate my user, but that's not going to kill anyone. So let's go back and let's create. This is users, right? Here we go. That is going to obviously fail. I'm going to do a foreign ID. We'll cascade on delete. Because I'm one of these really picky buggers, I'm going to have to put this right down the bottom. Organize all of those. That'll do. So that is how the users table looks on Filament. We need to create the accounts table as well. So it's going to grab that. We're just going to go make it. An account. And what we'll do is we'll do the cheaty way, where you just refactor this and just set that to before the users.
That's one thing we need to note. We'll need to fix up the username method on the user model so that it points to the first name and last name.
Cool. So there's the account, there is the users. We'll go create organizations next.
Oh, that's a good point. Ben says in chat that we should use a seeder. So
yeah,
that's probably a good idea, especially for the organizations and contacts.
Yeah, that's exactly how I do it. I normally create a user, create all of my models in a seeder.
Grab that, drop that in. Set that one to be a foreign ID. There's organizations, and then we've got contacts, which we'll also grab. Get all the models created quickly. We'll just walk through it. Excellent. I'm not going to do my usual tidy up stuff, what I do with Laravel code, because I want to make sure we're focusing on this. Right. So let's get the organization. So there we go. We've got all of the migrations all sorted. Did they create seeders? Yes. Just going to grab that and drop that in the database seeder. Lots of imports. Excellent. So that's that. Need to get the factories in the right place. So we are on the contact factory. That is not going to work. Organization, again, pretty simple. I thought about it. I should have set all of this up before you two came into the stream, really, shouldn't I? Unprofessional.
That's all right. It
Steve.
doesn't take very long.
Unprofessional. Jesus. Can't take me anywhere.
No,
Not
we'll
even
cover
my
all
own
the
stream.
bases.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna remove that. Drop theirs in. That always annoys me. And we'll leave it at that. So that is all of that done. Just need to make sure the models are similar. Although this is where they're not going to use fillable and it's going to trigger me. Oh no, we do. Oh no, we don't.
You should let your guard down tonight and use unguarded.
Okay, don't judge me. I will use unguarded, people. Don't judge me. I hate unguarded.
Is this a first? Is this a first on Steve streams?
I don't even know how to do unguarded. That's how
Yeah.
new it is to me. That?
You can
You can do it in a
you can probably
service
just
provider.
do
You do model unguard.
yeah in a service provider.
Ooh.
Model
Okay, let's stick in
unguard.
the app service provider. In boot, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
yeah,
once you
normally
start, you
goes
won't be
in
able to
boot,
stop.
yeah.
Oh, I feel such dirty. Okay, so that is user, contact, I won't worry about, organization. All of that's good, right? Cool. What do I need to do to the user to get it ready for Filament?
Right. So there is a page in the docs, but I think all it is just having like a Filament user interface,
Ooh.
Yep.
and that just like dictates how Filament reads the email address and the name and the avatar URL and stuff from the model.
Users implements Filament user. Can
And I think
access
depending
Filament.
on so there's that, and there's also like a has name interface. So if you have a custom name, you
yeah,
implement
so
the has
has-
name
has
interface. If you
name
have a
will,
custom avatar, yeah.
Cool. For now, I'll keep it just as true. Then has avatar.
I mean, do
I
we
don't
have
think avatar
avatars?
matters. I think if we just do the has name.
Yeah.
Okay, we won't do the has avatar. We'll do has name instead.
I think the user table does have avatars in this, so we'll do that later maybe.
Yeah, see how far we get.
There we go.
Yeah.
We're getting there. So that is that
Get linked
part
up with
done.
file uploads.
Sale, artisan, migrate, fresh, seed. Ooh. Not no violation. Organization ID. Okay. So I copied their stuff and it just doesn't want to work. So let's quickly go through that. It's failing on database seed line 38. Let's have a look. The contact factory. I think I did spot that actually. Yeah, so the contact itself. Oh, it's unguarded. I need an account ID. And I'm pretty sure it needs an organization ID. I think that is it. Nope, it wasn't it. So where are we still going wrong? Not null value in account ID of relation organizations. Okay, so create account.
Wondering if we can sort this share screen out, because obviously we're a
Yeah.
few minutes behind.
Yeah. What's going on? What is going on? Ecam. Lab private chat. Show view account. No, it's just not letting me. Click some buttons and see what happens. Interview. How's that? Is that working for you?
Yes,
Hey!
it is working.
We got it.
Yeah.
It was a toggle
Hey.
switch.
A
Oops.
toggle switch, classic. Cool.
Okay, so this is basically just being a little bit wonky donkey. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to update it. So we need to set up the relations to start with. Oh, this is why I like fillable, because then I know everything that's going on. So let's set up the relations.
Any excuse.
Any excuse, it's the best excuse ever. I'm not even going to use named parameters. If I'm going to go for like unguarded, I may as well just not do anything else, right?
If the parameters like obvious to me, I never use named. But like, if it's something like a foreign key column name, then I probably will. Normally do anyway.
Did they do it as a has many? Let's go look at their models. They did.
Yeah,
have
I think
them
it's
in here,
as
didn't they?
Yeah, I believe account has many organizations, has many contacts, has many users as well.
So an account has many. So return this.
Organizations.
So let me just grab that because I'm going to need it a few times. It's got users.
And then the same for contacts and users as well. Yeah.
And then contacts. Wow.
Yep.
It has everything.
Feels like account ID is very ambiguous here. Like it means like the same for user as it does for organization. Feels like it should be different.
Yeah. Technically, I don't need these because it's a default. I'm just adding it because it looks pretty. So that's account. What else do we need on the account? That's it. Contact.
That's it for the account, I
Ooh,
believe.
we've got filter scopes. So contact belongs to an organization. That's all it needs. So let's go sort that out. There's our contact. Organization has many contacts. You know what? This will be quicker if I just grab that. There we go. So we are all ready. So I'm gonna migrate from warp so we got a wider view of what's going on.
Sure.
So not null violation, null value to column account ID of relation organizations. So what's going
your
on there is a seeder.
organization? What's in your organization factory?
Ooh.
Do you need the account ID as a pointing to the factory instance of the account?
Yep. So in let's see if I can get the default one to work without what I'm going to attempt.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't need that if you're explicitly passing it through in the create method, right?
Yeah.
Freesh.
Freesh. Yeah. Name of accounts now. Oh my god. Okay.
Probably would have been easier to do this from scratch.
It probably
Yeah.
would. I thought it'd be quicker.
Yeah, see, I think the thing is, like, doing it this way and enforcing like random names and account IDs is going to make it so that every organization has a different account ID
It's fine for now.
as opposed to the same
go.
account ID as your current user. But
It's fine for now. Cool. So my main problem is that I need a user. I'm going to set
yeah,
it to me,
johndoe.example.com.
so I remember it. I'm still going to be using...
I think password needs a hash maker around it as well, right?
Yeah.
Does it? I'll just drop it then. Because the user factory does that for you.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Is it in the database?
Damn it. Damn it. We've got some users. We have users.
Yeah, your password's not hashed.
Oh, oops. Right. Point to note, children. Always hash your passwords. There we go. I'm in. John
There
Doe
we
is
go.
in. So, I've logged in.
Finally.
Finally, yeah. It only took 26 minutes. What are you on about?
We thought we could sort this done by now. Come on.
Yeah, probably. We're trying. We're trying things here. This is not a reflection on Filament. This is a reflection on me being in meetings all day, and I forgot to turn the oven on when I went to preheat the oven, and then I ran out of time to cook dinner to eat a pizza before I streamed. So I'm blaming that. I forgot to turn the oven on. So it
You're angry.
preheated nothing but used the timer. Quite frustrating when I realised 20 minutes later. So, where do we start? We've got our model set up. Where do we go now? Point me in the right direction.
Oh, I assume we should start with the organizations resource, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
So,
Let's-
yeah, let's run the command.
Cool. So, artisan make
It's going to be,
filament resource
yep,
organization.
yep.
Looks right.
If I refresh, there it is.
Hey.
Straight away, I'm in. I've got organized. Obviously, I haven't
No
configured it
columns.
yet, so it's going to look a little bit. Where's everything gone? Because that took me for a moment. It was like, oh, where is it all? So let's start with organizations, right? Kind of
Yeah,
probably where
let's
we
do it.
want to start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, tell me
If
if
you
I'm
open up the
completely wrong.
resource,
Here's my organization resource.
yeah,
In my table, what I want to display is a text column.
Text column. Yep.
Well, I make it with. Oh, what the hell is on organizations? Is it name?
I think it's name. Yeah. I think that's right.
Whey! That's pretty much it. I think, right?
Let's make that searchable and sortable.
Oh no, there's a lot more. There's name, email, phone, and country.
yeah, there's quite a few fields.
Yeah. So let's increase it, 'cause this is a table view, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So with difference with Nova and Filament here would be that Filament has it's more granular. We don't take like field definitions and just apply them to both the table and the form. We'll have a separate definition for the form and the table, which
Yeah.
is more time, but obviously that also allows you the flexibility of being able to define the form layout and everything
Sounds good to me.
instead of just like a list of fields.
We'll do a quick text column make on sort of like phone, and another one on
City, I think it is.
city.
Yeah, there's address, city, region,
Let's see how that looks.
country, and
Bam.
postal code.
That's for an overview. That's pretty quick and easy, right?
Yeah.
You got,
Yeah, and I
you
think
got a
we
name,
could-
you got a phone number, you got a city and a country. That gives you an overview.
Yeah. We can
That's
make all
good.
those sortable and searchable.
That's quick. We want searchable ones, don't we?
Yeah, and sortable probably.
We definitely want sortable on. Probably want searchable and sortable on.
Yeah, maybe not the phone though. On the
Yeah.
phone number, searchable definitely. Probably not sortable though. Yeah,
So there we go. So I can sort
nice.
and.
Yep.
Let's do a 628. Bam. Done.
Nice.
Nice. Just come back to the main URL. So that is me.
Nice and quick.
Yeah. So if I look at this, we've got like filters. So I'm
Yep.
assuming we can do the same.
On the search. Yeah, so we can go into the filters method of the table object.
Let me find it in the docs.
So if you go on the so if you go on the table builders docs, because the table builders docs will have all of the options there.
Cool.
There's a whole filters page for
Getting
you.
started. Get table
Yeah.
filters.
So you can see on the second example, it's for the admin panel, because it's slightly different when you use it on its own.
So filters would be just this, right? Something similar to that.
Yep, yeah, just pass that in the array. Yeah.
And let's just filament table filters. Make sure it's not naming wise.
So it's with trashed and only trashed, I think.
So
Yeah.
with the name, is that what the column
do you want to do
is,
this?
or-
It depends what type of filter you use. So on a generic filter, it's just a checkbox, and then you apply whatever the query is when that's checked. So it doesn't really matter about the name. But for a select filter,
Sorry,
the name is
before you
like
carry,
the-
is this
the
an
column
eloquent builder
that you
I need to
select.
pull in here?
yeah, it's an eloquent filter. But to
Cool.
be honest, you probably want a select filter
Yeah.
there because you want to select between only trashed and with trashed. Because at the moment, you can look at what you've done at the moment if you want to, and just look, but you'll see it's like a checkbox.
Cool. So what I'll do is quickly, I'll do a cool.
So obviously we don't have any deleted records, so that's not going to do
Yeah.
anything. But we could probably swap that out for a select filter.
Okay. So is that in the docs as well? Yeah.
Yep, yeah, there'll be
Yeah,
a
that'll
select
be in the
filter
docs.
section, I think.
Boop. Right. So we'll drop a select filter in. And let's just tidy that up. So what we want to be able to do is give it a name of deleted app. How would you do this,
Yeah,
for
that'll work.
example?
So in this case, the example we gave would be automatically working. So you just select between the statuses, and we did the query part for you. But because this is slightly different, we have to also pass a manual query in to dictate how we apply the with trashed and only trashed
Okay.
scopes.
And is that in the
So in this
docs?
example, we have two options. So the options will be, yeah, so it should be, but you'll just pass in with trashed and only trashed as the two options.
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work fine.
And this is obviously the label.
Yep.
And where do I take it from there?
So just check out what you've done now. You'll see you've got select filter.
Cool. Hey.
So we've got, basically this is going to be looking for a with trash, but we can override that ourselves. So if you pass in a query method on the filter.
Yep. This is just a closure, yeah?
And what that'll do is it will pass in the, so you pass in the query and the value of the select. And then you can do whatever you want with that.
Is it?
It'll be an eloquent query. Yeah.
An eloquent query. And what else was that, sorry?
Value.
And a value parameter.
I'm guessing that's a mixed value.
It'll be a
Probably
string
nullable
in this
string,
case.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't got a PHP 8 set up, have I? Or 8.1. Nope, still going to complain.
To be honest, you probably want to do a full closure and not a one-liner, because you're gonna have to have like 2 when clauses for this, I think.
Cool.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll do.
so walk me through it.
So if you DD value in there, or Ray's probably better, so then we can see the change. Because otherwise, it's going to stop the script too early.
Do I need to install a package still? For Ray? I do, don't I?
Probably. Or you can get the global Ray package.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the global array stuff works with Sail.
Yeah, that's a point.
Cool.
An array?
Argument 2 must be an array, apparently.
I don't know what that is. Yeah, just don't type it for now and just see what we're getting, because that doesn't seem right.
So I'm guessing I need to select a filter.
I don't know what it's doing, so check array.
It's not showing up. Why aren't you working?
Risky business added in the index.php.
Yeah, well, I know it's going to get called, so... Oh.
Nice. Well done.
Okay, so Ray is not working for me. Which is really strange.
I think they're trying to call Ray before Composer's autoload has been included in
That is
index.php.
probably true, actually. Yeah.
Oh, I know why it's an array.
Okay, Ray just isn't working for me.
All right.
Which is... That's fine, we can go with a DD.
Kind of annoying. We'll have to DD it.
Yeah, it's fine. I think I know what's happening. And
okay.
In the chat as well. It's data value, not value.
Ah. So
I should have read my own doc.
That data instead.
Yeah, it's data, and then you can, yeah, because technically, what you can do with our filters is define exactly your own form schema. So any of the form components from the builder actually work inside filters as well. So technically, this is how they all work under the hood. So yeah, just do like a query when, like a conditional, and then we just check data. Data value is with trashed.
I'm guessing it's going to pass that version through. The key, the array key, not the array value. I've never used when.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, so when literally just applies like.
Just pass a callable through, right?
Yeah.
Call this when.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You can chain them, so.
So when it's with trashed, we want to say query
It will be with trash, but because it's a scope, I don't think it's in
with trash.
So then I can do another one.
Yep.
Just for only trashed. Pretty sure there's a method on the soft deletes trait that
I think it is only
that
trashed. I
adds an
think
only
that's what it's
trashed
called.
scope.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can just replace that with only trashed.
So, should we test it? Do you reckon that's ready?
Yeah, but we don't have any deleted
Yeah, have
records, but yeah,
we-
we can test it.
Yeah.
Defined array key. Yeah, so it's data value, not data
Data
only trash.
value equals only
Ah,
trashed.
my bad. My bad. We got there in the end. Right. Okay. Cool. So, we've trashed.
Yeah, we need to add the soft deletes trait to the organization model as well.
I do, don't I? My bad. Only one of them. Come on, slow down. We've trashed.
So obviously we don't have any trashed records right now.
Only trashed. Hey. Sweet. That works. I'm happy.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. That is organizations done. You can go ahead to create them now. So I can create a new one. So what I need to do is I need to start defining out my form. So
Yeah.
it'd be quicker if I just look at this. Oh, they've got a country drop down. Cool. So
We could use Squire to populate that. Hint, hint.
Squire. I've heard of Squire. What's Squire?
Yeah, it's my package that basically gives you a list of countries and time zones and everything in Eloquent.
Ooh, yeah, I think I heard of that actually. Is there like an email input? No.
No, it's a text input with the email method.
Make email acquired. You can do like the unique, can't you? Yeah.
Yep, unique.
Yep.
Can't remember if that was done on the table, but we'll stick with it. Right, what I'm going to do, because it's going to bug me, it's going to simplify these. There we go. So we've got name, email, another text input for the phone. And we're just going to say that's required for now. I'm not going to worry about
We can
phone
give that a
validation.
tell method as well.
Ooh.
Method.
Nice. Text input for the address. Just going to stick that as required. City again is a text input. I mean, a lot of this is going to be very... Once you've set it up, you're not ever going to touch it again, right?
No, not really.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'd say so.
City.
I mean, this all stuff we can do on the next resource. We can just use the generate
Oh, there's a generate
flag, which will
command.
generate all of the fields for us.
That's
yeah, we have to.
definitely a
Yeah,
lot easier.
we'll do it on the next resource.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, it just does basic stuff. Like doesn't know everything, but it knows a lot.
Okay, that country, we need
So
to.
the country
we
can
need
be
to
a
change,
select.
Yes, it needs to be a select. So
Yeah.
we'll come back to that in a second, and then we'll do that last text input make for. Is it postal code or postcode? Yeah, postal. And account is going to be the account that you're logged in with. So how would you handle that
Yeah.
in this?
Okay, so on the well, I would first create a scope for the organization based on account.
I'd usually do a builder class, but I'm trying to make sure this is like just quick and simple. Scope.
Yeah.
account. What we're trying to do here? We're
Query.
Yeah, the first article query.
So we'll just be basically just be scoping it to the current user, I guess.
So we want to return builder organization. Where
Well, I suppose we could use
has
belongs to auth user account.
Yeah, where belongs to.
Ooh,
So then auth user account.
that should cover it, right?
Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that should
Nice.
do it.
A little bit clean, a little bit, yeah. Nice. So,
And then we can apply our scope to the entire resource.
okay.
So it means that only the current user can access its own records
Nice.
by overriding the get eloquent query method on the resource.
Down here, yeah.
So this is basically the query that's used to start any query relating to that resource. So it's always going to have this scope applied.
Get eloquent query, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
Static get
And
model
then all we do is
query.
we just pass
We
through. We just pass through the scope. No, we can keep parent. We can keep parent. And just apply the scope onto the end of that.
so it'll be parent
No,
get
like
eloquent query instead of get model. Yeah, just call the parent's equivalent model and then call the account method off of that.
So just like that, yeah.
Parent get eloquent query. So like,
I see
because
what.
we've
Yeah,
already
okay.
got all of it
Yeah.
there. We don't need
I
to.
see what you're trying to say. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So that's what we do for the for that. But when we create the organization, we want to automatically set the current user as the account, right?
Yeah.
So for that, we would use the mutate form data before save or something on the create
Is
on
that
the
a
create
method?
record page. No, so yeah, it's a method on the create page though. So
Okay, so not this one.
each page in the resource is so it's each file is like a different livewire component that you can override anything on. So yeah, mutate form. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So then we just basically just return the
So you would just
data,
do-
but with the account ID set.
Yeah.
So how am I going to
You
access
just do
that?
return data. If you return data there, and then just above that, you can do data, and then set the account ID property to the current user's account ID.
Oh, so it's got access to like the auth helper within here, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a livewire component. So technically, you could create an entirely different create method that calls your own action and everything, and overrides everything we do.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it. I think.
Yeah, there's lots of ways you could do this. You know.
Yeah, I don't like that way, so I'm gonna just do it my way. I had to do unguarded, so you're gonna have to live with me on this one. There you go.
Held you at gunpoint.
I felt like I was, my life was in danger. That's how bad it was. There you go. So we've got an array coming back now, where we're just gonna merge all of that magic. And we're good.
Yeah.
So
that should now work.
Okay. Wrong one. Right, cool. So country, we need Squire. Squire PHP.
That is the one.
So, okay, I just
Yeah,
need
so
it in
go
English,
go
yeah?
down to the countries. Just go down to the countries model, and there's a list of different installation commands depending on what locale you need. Yeah, so in V1, I just bundled every locale into the same package, and all of the models in the same package. But it became like 40 megabytes of just pure CSV files, so I ended up separating it all out
Yeah.
into a monorepo,
Oh,
and we ended up with a different package for each model
yeah.
and locale combination. So yeah,
So, when it comes to the country here, I want to do a
yeah,
select.
that's in the table.
This is the
That's on the
table.
table. My
Remember.
bad. Hey, just seeing if you're paying attention.
But I've got an idea though. What we can do, we can transform the city into a city, the country into a country name.
I need to get the country
But yeah,
code.
go and make a select there. Yeah, so get a select there,
Make.
and then country, yeah. And then as the options, we can just do country pluck.
Country pluck.
Yeah.
Let me get it actually in view here. Options. Where's country? We're swapping country for something else. What's on country? Hey, look. So we've got code 2 and name.
Yeah. I do opposite way around because it's
Yeah.
the key and
The,
Ah,
the
yeah.
first one will
My
be
bad.
the
That you know what, that
value, and
gets
then the
me
second one's
every
the-
time.
pluck. You don't need get.
Yeah, you don't need
Yeah,
to get.
pluck makes the query. Yeah.
So I don't usually use it.
I love pluck. I literally use pluck everywhere.
Hey. Oh wait, no, but isn't there like a searchable? There's a searchable select, isn't there?
There is, yeah. Yeah,
So
just
it's not-
stick searchable on it.
What? Just add searchable on the select,
Yeah.
or is it
yeah.
a different component?
You can just add the
same
searchable
component.
method.
Cool. Oh. Boom.
And you'll
Nice.
want to, you might want to stick required on that again as well.
Yeah, I do, don't I? Cool. So that is like for like-ish. You know, theirs is a little bit kind of constrained within this area here.
We can do that if you want.
No, I'd rather have it full screen where it's, you know, a little bit nicer.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
good. So let's test it. Organization. You're getting your own email address.
Yeah. At laravel.com.
Yep. City. Region. Cool. So, create. Ah!
Right, it's fine. It has created it, but undefined relationship, something on model.
Where it belongs to. So,
Oh, maybe I'll.
So
Is
has
the
your
account
current
defined on
user
the
got
current
an
user?
account? Yeah.
So that's going to accept a related model. So
No.
It
It's
accepts
not.
a model
So-
a model instance.
For instance, yeah. So it basically guesses the relationship
But I
name
think the
off
problem
of the
might
model
be that
instance.
I think
User
the problem
doesn't have an
might be
account.
that your user hasn't got an account associated with it.
it should do.
Is there an account ID in?
Oh.
Is there an account ID on your user if you look inside a Tinker or?
Yeah, let's go find it.
Should just be able to do like a user
Maybe the
first.
relationship's just wrong. Okay, there
And
is
that
an
account
ID.
definitely exists. If you do user first arrow account.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe
if you just do
the
user- yeah.
relationship doesn't exist on the user.
Relationship's bad. Yeah.
That'll be it.
Yeah, there's no account relationship.
So
Classic.
there's always something. Always something. It wouldn't be a Steve live stream if I didn't mess it up in some way.
At least we can see you messing up now.
Yeah, it's not like, why is he taking
Yeah.
forever?
Yeah, we're not
to
screaming
listen
at
to
you
me?
blindly
chat.
Read the
guessed
docs.
what you're.
I do read the docs. I'm just not very good with the docs. Okay, so
Excuses.
and it didn't complain that time.
Hey.
Yay! That one worked.
Cool.
And this one worked. Cool. So where next? We can work with organisations. I mean, we're going for an hour. I didn't think it would take me this long, but I think I messed up a few times. A few too many times.
I would. I think I noticed that the unique validation on the email field isn't right.
And that is on here.
Yeah, I think at the minute it's not checking against
Yeah,
the current record.
So we'll put it there. So this is where we spoke about this earlier, didn't we? Or I asked
Yeah.
about this earlier.
Yeah.
Can't remember what you said. This is like this is
Well,
where
the long and short of it is, it basically accepts ignorable parameter.
Yeah, so
Where
you can
you
use
can
a name,
pass a
named
closure.
parameter.
Yeah.
Let me drop it down.
So,
I'm gonna
ignorable.
put yeah. Callable.
Yep.
And you
And
just you have to return an instance of a model.
So
The
No,
well,
it's-
we want to ignore the current organization that we're editing. So the closure itself accepts a dollar record argument.
cool.
So then you can just return that dollar record straight back from the callable.
So that's a model as well, right?
No, you don't need the return. Yeah, that'll be an instance of organization if you wanted to get a bit fancier with the typing. Although it won't always be.
So it's basically ignore if this model is the model being passed in.
Yeah, so the record
it will
parameter
be,
comes from the form.
Yeah.
You probably want to make it nullable though, because on a create form it won't be present.
Yeah, that's true. No, like
Sorry, no, I
nullable
meant the
model
argument, the parameter.
type.
Yeah. $record's going to be nullable.
And this part
And
as well.
return.
And it will return null. Yeah. Null
Return
or
null or
model.
model.
Yeah.
So I prefer the union type approach for this one. Just a habit. I'm trying to get into that
well,
habit
that's
because if I
both.
question mark it and then I have a type and then another type and another type, the question mark gets lost in a string of types. That's my logic.
I like the question mark, but if I do use union, then I always choose like the most common type first. So if I was writing that as a union, I would write model null, because like the model's the one supposed to be there, and the
I
null's
was
like
null
fallback. It's fine
first.
though. It's good.
Always worst case first for me.
But
Okay, so
that should fix the save. Should fix the save.
Yeah, if you try and save one of the existing
Save a new.
records.
So if I come to here, saved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's there. Sweet.
One last thing we can do is the country column could be matched
Yep.
up to country names from Squire.
Ooh, okay.
So
let's
if you
have a look.
create
So,
if you go into the organization model.
Yep.
And you create a new country relationship.
what type of relationship are we looking for?
Belongs to, I guess. And then we just country.
And that'll just
And then-
belong to a country model.
That's it.
And then we just pass in the country as the column. The country column.
Yeah.
We might have to change the relationship name so it doesn't clash with the column name. So it might have to be like country data or something. Yeah,
More
country.
specific, it is a country name. Okay. So
Yeah,
then,
and then what we can do
Yeah,
is
I think
on
we
the
also have to
organization
change
resource-
the. I think we also have to
Follow.
change the local key in the belongs to, because we're pointing to code_2, I believe.
It's ID. ID works, so that's fine. ID is code_2.
so you want that, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like their
there you go.
alias on the. Oh, they work. It's fine. You don't have to do that. It's alright.
Let's
Yeah,
see what
that's fine.
happens.
And now we
No,
just have to.
I know
Yeah, so
Steve
we have to
likes
go
be
onto the
explicit.
table. Yeah.
Yep.
And just swap out the country for country name, that the
Yep.
relationship dot name. Because that's the model, and then that's yeah. So with any related column, I don't think that's working because all of our country names are uppercase.
It's working on these ones.
It's uppercase. Yeah.
Yeah, remember
because
those
the
first
country
few
names are
countries
It's
don't
on the
have
ones from the
country.
seeder that didn't have that set. It's not finding them. That's all.
Yeah.
I think it's SEP. I think it's just not lowercase, and I think our IDs are lowercase.
Could be. So,
But yeah, it does work.
it works. We know it works because on the last page it works for the ones we just added. And that's the important thing.
Yeah.
So, as organizations, I suppose contacts are next, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm
Anything else you
tempted
wanna
to say
add to
we
that
shouldn't
page?
make a contacts.
Okay.
Well, I think we shouldn't create a contacts resource. I think we should create a contact relation manager and just leave it like that. At the
Good.
moment, the only reason we're using a country resource is to edit and stuff, and we can do that in relation manager anyway. So
Is that in the admin docs? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, in the admin panel.
What does it come under?
resources,
Resources.
relations.
Perfect. Okay. So an organization has many. So walk me through how I do this.
So just
So you start the
Um,
command off just like
Yep.
it shows in docs. The first argument is going to be the name of the parent resource, so organization resource. The second is going to be the name of the relation. And then the third is just going to be the name of the column that you want to display. So I don't know what the contacts have.
Names.
Yeah, they have first name and last name. You can maybe just go with email. So there's a single column.
So that it.
Yeah.
Boom.
If you hit enter.
Yep. Make sure you
can
register
just
the
do
relation.
exactly what it says there. Just register the relationship in the get relations method. So you would just put the class name for the relation manager.
Where is relation manager?
So contacts relation manager. Organization resource if you want to find the file.
Just that, yeah.
And just do class. Yeah.
Cool. So how does that look?
So if you open that up in the browser now.
Nice. So the only thing is it hasn't got the contact data.
Yeah. So it's like a mini resource inside your resource. So if you go onto the contacts relation manager,
I see.
you can see you've got a form and a table the same.
Yeah. Okay.
So you have to...
I'll get it displaying first. Let's get it displaying first.
So if you organization that we've only just created, it's not going to have any contacts.
Do a text column make. The first name.
First is spelled wrong, by the way.
It's always spelt wrong.
You've got a typo on the first name, by the way.
Since when have I ever done a live stream and not made a typo? The day it happens,
Yeah. We'll celebrate.
Yeah. Okay, so there's none yet. That's fine.
Why does the seeder not create them?
Apparently not.
I think is this an organization that we've only just
Right.
created?
No, it's not.
Let's
It's the
have a
first
look.
one. Should be fine.
We've got contacts. Let's go look at organization 97. There we go. So we've got some contacts. So we've got first name, last name. Email.
We can copy all of the columns from the organization probably.
Other than country name.
We could register that relationship still though, because it has
Yeah.
got that column. It has got a country
Let's
column.
grab it.
You'd have to separate out the first name and last name if you want.
Yeah.
Unless you want to make like a virtual column with a concatenate.
No. Who likes
Version.
virtual columns? Sounds like a nightmare to me.
Me.
Sounds like a sort of thing
It's-
you do when
it's
you're
my-
on guard all the
Since
time.
Ryan reminded me they exist. Ryan reminded me they existed a few weeks ago,
Yeah,
and since
it's
then
my
I've just been
fault.
recommending them for everything. Yep.
There we go. That's there. So they obviously don't have a country name yet.
Nice.
because they're not attached. Sorry.
Nice.
Okay.
We just need a form as well.
Sorry. My wife just walked in. Cool. So that's not going to be there yet. So now I just need to work on the forms. So very similar
Yep.
to this one.
Yeah, you can probably just copy and paste the entire thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And change the name to be a first name and a last name.
Yeah, so I'm just checking the demo now. See, on theirs, they have to have an organization drop down. But we don't have to have that now. Because Filament will handle all of that relationship for us. So
Because it's awesome. So, email, phone.
we have
I already
email.
had email. Jesus, what am I thinking? First name, last name, email, phone, address, city, region, country, postal code. Account and organisation is things that we know we're going to need.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
I
we
think
did
that's
something like that on
everything.
here, didn't we?
Email, phone, address.
Yeah, so we
cities.
can
need
can
to
omit
extend that
the
again, right?
organization ID. We need the automatic account ID.
So that's like that again, yeah?
It's slightly different. It's get table query this time.
Ooh.
Because it's relation managers
Although
are
we
basically
don't, I don't think we need this anyway because it's already scoped down to the organization,
Yeah.
which already belongs to the account.
We'll leave it and see what happens.
Yeah.
Try it and see. Right. Create.
I think instantly it's going to moan at us about the account ID field when we're creating a new contact.
You might want to set that before you click save so you don't have to waste
What's
time.
that, sorry? What do I need
So
to
it's
set?
The account ID.
You can copy
can,
the code from the edit page, from the create page onto the relation manager.
Yeah.
Or use a trait.
This.
Yeah, just copy that.
And that goes into this.
Yeah.
I'll extract to a trait a little bit later. I'll just make sure it works first. Is it Laravel? No, it is more magic than that.
Way.
There we go. Added me as a contact. Ooh. Some cool little features going on there. Some cheeky cheekiness. Like it. So, got organisations, got contacts. They're
Yep.
kind of one and the same. That's kind of a limit of what we had here other than users.
Yeah, let's do users. But let's do like a user resource and generate it so it's quick.
Yeah, let's do that. That sounds
And we can
more
do we can
fun.
do stuff like
Why did you make me do the slow way
saving.
first?
Well, it's suffering, obviously. It's the suffering you deserve for not set up the models.
Not reading the docs.
Yeah.
So I want to make
yeah.
resource for the user. And what? Generate.
Sweet. Yeah. No. So you have to install debuff first.
Doctrine.
Yeah.
We use the deval package to get the columns on a
Just
particular
doctrine
model.
deval.
So
Is it a dev requirement or is it a requirement?
Dev, I guess.
it's up to you. Doesn't really matter. I mean, if it's a dev requirement and you're like changing columns in your migrations, it won't work.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that.
It'll be fine in this case. Yep. So you do user and then hyphen generate.
Anything else?
Nope.
No, that's it.
Go! Oh, that's quick. Cool. So I shouldn't have to touch any code. Go to the right window. Shouldn't have to touch any code.
That's
You might have to
Theory.
touch a little bit.
Displaying.
What did it? Go back on. Go onto the user resource and see what it did. That should have worked. Did it not? What?
It's because it's all unguarded.
No. Nope.
No, we use doctrine debow so that we can like reflect the database table.
I can have a look at docs. I can always recreate this, right? Resources.
So you should have done that.
Automatically generate fields. Oh, it's because I did it. Maybe it's because I did it as a dev dependency.
No, probably not. But make filament resource.
It shouldn't be,
Is it
but
generate? Can't think of any reason that shouldn't work.
I was going to add it in there. Reload the class map. And then I can...
Just delete the user resource. Yeah, let's try again.
Yeah. It's the same
I don't know why that doesn't work.
oh wait, I might have an idea. I do have an idea. So the reason this is happening, for debugging purposes, the command I'm running is PHP Artisan, which will not access.
You need to do sail. Right.
And you need to do sail. So
Oh.
I'm trying to run it locally when.
There we go. That took a little bit more time.
There we go.
Hey.
So it is easy to do. And there
If
we
you
go.
run the command properly.
Boom. And it automatically detects types, which is great. Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I mean, a couple of things that aren't showing up straight away on the form. There's no account field to select an account for a user.
I think
Yeah,
there's an
so
account ID.
you can generate it, but you're probably going to want to like
Of course, yeah.
hide some stuff.
Yeah, there's no like select drop down or anything.
But what it
like
does
that.
is it should do stuff like the email setting and everything for you.
So
I think
it's the account ID. I need to do the account, don't I? Need to like select an account when you're creating a user.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that'll be again a select.
Well, in this case,
I
we
do
can
a
use a
belong-
belongs to select.
Yes, you can. And then what's this, a relationship?
The column name, account underscore ID.
Yep.
And then there is a relationship method on the field. Yep, you just specify the name of the relationship, so that'd be account. You probably want the second argument to be name, which will be the name of the column.
Okay, so that's a display value. Cool.
Yep.
So let's drop this so it's visible. Don't need that anymore.
Yeah, let's see what that looks
required
like
as
on
well.
that. Yeah, required. Yeah.
And probably searchable and preloaded.
Searchable, preloaded, and all the things required.
So searchable is going to allow you to search the field. It does what it says on the tin.
We could probably put the account name below as a column as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is why I said you should use preloaded, but yeah.
Oh,
You-
preloaded.
if you click
That's it.
Load it all, it'll just show results to begin with.
There we go. Boop. Nice. Anything else you'd add to
photo.
that?
File upload. And
File upload.
password hashing.
Okay. Password hashing. Let's start with there. Let's start with password hashing.
So you can do this from the schema. You don't have to touch the pages if you don't want to. So you can do the
What, from here?
dehydrate. Yeah, so on the password field,
Yep.
you can do dehydrate using. And what this does is it runs the value through this callback and
Dehydrate
returns
state
it.
using?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So it runs it through this callback and then returns it, and this is what it's going to be saved as. So what you want to do is you want to check. So pass in state there.
That's an array, yeah?
No, so it's just a.
No, that'll be a
just
string. That's the value of the actual field.
Cool. Yeah, I get you.
And then you check state. So if state has a value, so like filled. So filled method like helper.
Yeah, we'll
Filled
go with that.
state, and then hash.
So
if
do
there's
a
state, then hash
ternary.
it, yeah.
Hash make. Yeah, you can just return null. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And that's a
Yeah,
void
you-
return, right?
Yep, and also
no, you'll be
string.
returning a string.
nullable string.
Yeah, or a nullable string. Yeah.
We should probably do nullable string for the state as well. And also, we only want this required when you create a new user. So
Okay.
we can do a required method, and we can pass in a callback to this because it's just any method requires a callback. And you can just pass in the livewire property, and the livewire will be basically the instance of the page. So you can just check if livewire instance of create record, which is the page name, instance of create user. Or create record, doesn't matter.
Yeah, create record is the base class of create user anyway. You don't need the class constant.
I can't remember the last time I did an instance of. It was a long time ago. Okay.
Do we need anything else there?
No, I think that should be it. You should be able to create a new user.
That is an instance of create record, which is a page.
Oh, yep, that's right.
Do we need
we also wanna
organization as
do-
well?
We also want to do the dehydrated method, because this means that we only dehydrate the field, as in save the field, when there's actually a value. So when there's no value, we don't want to overwrite the existing password. Does that make sense?
No, but walk me through it.
Right. So if there's
Yeah.
if there is a password field in an edit form, and you don't fill in the password field, you don't want nothing to be written to the database, do you?
No.
You just want the existing password. So you can do the dehydrated method. So it's dehydrated and accepts a callback. Dehydrated. Yep.
There we go.
And then it will set the same callback as. So you can pass in the state. Yeah, pass in the state. And just check if the state is filled.
Yeah, so it'd be a boolean instead of a nullable string. You can just literally return filled state. Yeah.
And another thing we could do is we could change the field label to be new password on the edit page. So if you pass in a label method,
Yep.
And then we can check if the live wire is instance of edit user.
So like
and
this.
basically
Same
do
here,
a
right?
ternary. Yeah, basically do a ternary of what the label's going to be depending on the page. So on the create page, it's just going to, on the edit page, it will be the new password. So we return a string.
So
Question mark. Yeah,
this is going to
so it'll
bug me
be,
a little bit. So if it's an instance of edit, we want it to return
new password.
new.
Well, just new password because it's going to replace the,
Yeah.
the password. Yeah.
Yeah, and then just pop for the default.
There we go.
Okay.
Let's go have a look at that.
Yeah, see what that looks like.
That's good. And then if I just go to a different user, new password.
Okay, and check it works.
Cool.
You'll want to check if it's going to save it as hashed and everything.
User 4. So user 4. There we go. Yep, password is hashed.
Password's hashed. Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah, so technically you could do all of that inside the page, like the mutate method. But it makes more sense in this case, I think, to do it on the form schema.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Keeps it all together.
yeah, it keeps a business rules of how that all that's happening in one place,
Yeah.
right? Wow, cool. Well, that was easy, right?
Yeah, and avatar upload, I think, is the last one.
Ooh, that's photo
Yeah.
path.
So it'll just be a file upload.
Yep.
There is an avatar method that adds some styling to make it round. Yeah. Should be it.
Nice. So what I would probably do here actually is put that first.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think you should make that full width. So you can do a column span full.
String full, yeah?
Yeah, string full.
Boop. That's cool. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, and then we can upload a picture there.
Go grab a picture.
You're gonna want to link your public directory.
Do it through Sail just to make sure it works through Docker. You just never know these days, do you? Right,
Yeah.
let's go find a picture. I don't actually have many pictures, so let's go grab. Burp.
Nice.
Yeah, if you hit save and
Yeah.
refresh the page.
There's a hang on. Let's check a console. Is there any
Yeah, there might be
console
a
error?
console error.
I refresh so it won't be there.
Huh.
Can I just drag a new one over the top, yeah?
It should work. Let's see what the console error says. Is your app URL correct?
Probably not actually.
Okay, that's probably that. Seems to be one of the most common questions we get asked on the Discord is, why are my file uploads not working? I'm like, App URL,
or
storage
asset
link.
path.
Yeah.
Right. Try this again.
Right.
There we go.
There it
Yay.
is.
Worked.
So I can remove it
Yep, you can remove,
and
upload a
upload
new
a
one.
yellow one.
If you hit save, refresh the page, you should be able to see it.
That refreshes automatically, but there we go. Boop.
Yay.
Yay! That
Okay.
worked.
Nice.
And
Oh,
obviously,
photo path. Ah, okay. Image column. That's what we need.
Yeah, this is just a text column at the minute.
user resource on the table, photo path.
You just make that an image column. And then
And it's got an avatar method as well.
another avatar method.
I would stick that at the
Consistent.
start as well. Is there an avatar? Or is it rounded? Might be rounded. Maybe it's not consistent.
Yeah. There's too many methods in Filament.
There's a lot. I don't get how you guys manage this. How, isn't it quite daunting making changes?
There are a lot of. No, I don't find changes daunting, but
There you
it
go.
took a long time, to add everything in.
I remember you talking about how big V2 was for an update.
I mean, I started doing the V2 update in July, I think, and I finished it in December. Because like each package that we have is a full-on like massive Laravel package in itself. Like the table builder is massive and the form builder is massive.
Yeah.
The admin panel was actually quite quick compared to them. I think it was only like a month and a half or something compared to the 4 months that I spent on the table builder, the form builder.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
A lot of the heavy lifting is done by the individual packages.
Right, so we're about an hour and a half in. I want to finish in about 10 minutes because I'm thinking of pizza. So,
Nice.
should we talk about widgets?
Widgets, or widgets, and we can register the user's link in the top right.
Yeah, so
like
Ping
the account link.
CRM has a thing. If you click on your avatar,
Yeah. So what we
Oh,
can
for
do is
my
we can have
profile
so we can do that. So if you go into a service provider, there's actually an example of this in the docs. I want to check.
I don't know where the
Just
docs
app
are.
service.
Let's go to the docs.
So it's on the navigation and end of the navigation section.
Customizing the user menu.
yeah, customizing the user menu.
So if I just grab that and just go
so
to it. So that's in boot, yeah?
Yep,
I'm assuming.
boot method, yeah.
Should we get rid of the unguarded,
Probably.
yeah?
You'll be lucky.
You wish.
I am wishing a little bit. Right, so,
All right, so that's the filament facade.
Import.
Yeah, user menu. So the example here is a settings page that we don't have.
Yep.
So what we want to do is we want to change this to users.
They had that as manage users.
I'll do.
So it
And the
starts with
URL of that
filament
is going to be
pages.
you can pass in the user resource and then a get URL static
there,
method.
yeah, or inside root.
Yeah. No, so outside
Yeah,
root,
replace the
user
entire thing.
Yeah.
Get URL,
Get URL.
and then that's it. You can just leave it like that.
And the icon can be users, yeah. Or is it user group?
We'll
I
find
don't know
out.
what it's called.
Users does work.
Okay. And we can disable the sidebar for the user's resource by using the should disable navigation
On
property.
the resource itself, yeah.
On the resource, yeah.
Yep, on the resource.
Should register
there we go.
navigation.
Should register navigation.
Cool.
Okay.
That was easy, wasn't it?
And the account link can go to the current user. And we can do that by
Like the my
using
profile.
my profile.
Okay.
So if you go
add
into the
another one.
app service provider,
Let me just. There we go. So we want to add
So
another
currently
one.
we have, yeah, above it.
I'm going to set the label to be
I think they called this mod profile.
your profile.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the URL
And then the
will be
URL.
the user resource. Oh,
No, go for it.
okay. So it's get URL.
Yep.
And then you pass the first argument as edit because it's the edit page. And then you pass in the parameter, so it's the parameters can be record. Yep. Like a root, and then you pass that as the auth user.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, so at the moment that's going to replace. You don't just don't specify an icon for now, because this is going to technically replace. So all you can do is you can just specify the key for this array item as account or user. You have to get the docs. So this menu item's gonna have like a
Account.
account link. There we go. So we basically pass it as an account, and anything you pass to this user menu item will override the existing menu item. So that's why I said don't do an icon, because we already have the icon there.
Makes sense. Refresh that. John Doe. Hey, hey. That works.
Nice.
I don't know why I'm surprised. It works.
Nice.
It's because we read the docs.
Yeah.
I haven't. I've had you dictating the docs to me. I still haven't had to read them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, widget though. If you want to do a widget, we can do that.
What sort of widget
Quickly.
should we do? Contact count? Something like that?
Yeah, sure. So let's do a stats overview widget then.
So we want a stats overview basically. So basically that.
Yep.
Do I need to give it a
Yeah,
resource?
ignore that. Nope. So this is only if you want to add a resource to any of your, add a widget to any of your resource pages.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
it's on the dashboard, so it's fine.
So do I need to register that anywhere?
Nope. So that gets automatically registered. But obviously you don't have any cards for that widget, so you have to go into the widget file.
Filament widgets, stats overview. Aha. Cool.
And if you check
So
the docs,
I can make a
you can
card.
basically use like a fluent. Yeah.
Yay! That's simple,
Nice.
wasn't it?
And maybe organizations and users.
Boom. 6 users. 202 organizations with 101 contacts. That was easy.
Yep. Looks good to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, get cards.
You can put charts and stuff on it.
Hey, wowzer! Oh, wait, did that auto refresh? That
Uh,
got like a
I think
yeah.
you can.
Yeah,
I
I think
think
we
you
might have
can poll
polling.
it.
That re-renders automatically.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
So
Yeah.
it's
I think I
saying
did. I
browser
think I
with two
did do polling
exclamation
by.
marks there. If I just go that's some big cheese numbers, don't refresh, just does it.
Yeah, so it does that for
Yeah,
charts
so
as
there's
well. So if you
polling
make a
enabled, I think every
yeah, so charts work too.
Chart widget. So that's where you
See, I
need
think we
to.
just pass in. We can just pass in static data for now because we don't really have enough. But
Okay, so if I just do this and just create something
yeah,
random,
just
right?
pass in some. Yeah.
What sort of chart do we want? Any preference?
Line chart will work.
I could do a line chart, yeah, bar chart, something simple.
I'll grab that for now. So then if I come over to
You're in the right.
Context chart. It's just right next to it.
aha. Hey. That is awesome.
Nice and easy.
Nice. What I want to do.
And yeah, you can do like multiple data sets on one chart and everything, and different colors for each data set.
I'm going to save that a minute into my clipboard. And come back to 3 months. See what happens with this. I'm assuming if I paste, save, go view it in a second, just reloads. So there's that hop reloading going on in the background. So if more
all
data
that
is
polling and
added,
everything.
it's basically a live chart.
Yep.
Yeah, essentially.
And you can change how often the polling happens. There's a property on the widget because the widget is a live wire component, so you can just property you can override that's like polling interval or something. Yeah. You can 1 second or
default is
1 minute. I don't think there is any default. I think they're on the get polling interval method, I think.
So you have to say 400 milliseconds, I believe.
like that.
So 400
It's
ms.
whatever syntax Livewire uses.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah.
You scroll down, you should be able to see it going every 400 milliseconds.
Yep. Not really needed.
You know,
but
chances are in real life you don't want to do it every 400 milliseconds.
Well, I do. So that's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that is like so easy. There's something in here about theming as well.
Yeah.
I think people find that useful. And I've gone over the time I said I'd do, but you can change the brand logo.
Oh, dark mode.
Dark mode true. Where do we put that?
Yeah, we have
on the config file, yeah.
You've already published the config file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, filament. Wrong one.
So there's in the user menu now, there should be a dark mode toggle.
I'm going to do it on my
Unless you
general
do it
settings.
by system. So if you go into go into your organizations.
There we go.
Nice. Okay, so going to
And everything should just look nice, I think.
boop, boop, boop.
Yeah, we hope.
You're having too much
Sorry,
fun with
everyone. So what else can you do? Changing the brand logo. Cool. Building themes.
that. Yeah, so you can like change the yellow to whatever you want and the font.
You can register a custom theme.
Yep.
Yep.
Maximum content width. Adding.
You know, you can hide the
assets.
Filament logo and stuff like that as well.
You could do anything
Nice.
if you tried hard enough.
Yeah. If. So if I now quickly go through and change my avatar over here, for example.
Oh, right. Okay.
Let's go
Yeah,
grab.
you want to connect up the has avatar interface, I think.
Here. Save it. Go back to my dashboard.
Okay, so what you want is you want to use the has avatar interface on your user model. Because you need to tell Filament where to get your avatar from, right?
True.
So I think this is like photo path or something.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you can
So,
you can
what is it?
register like custom
Return-
avatar providers.
Photo_path. Yeah. I think Ben
Just saw Ben
said,
in the chat
is it
say,
easy
is
enough
it
to
easy
make
enough
the
to
appearance
make
or
the...
customized?
Yeah. I mean, is it easy enough to make the appearance more customized layouts? Okay, so layouts. I mean, I know with the forms you can like do grid stuff, right?
You can do, yeah.
I mean,
Grids and
if we
cards
have a look
and-
at this, for example, this is, if I just add this, we've now got one. Not that one, is it? It was users. Damn it.
We haven't actually dealt with any actions or bulk actions, so that's interesting.
So this is
You
the
might want
user.
to
This
fix
is where
your
we set
avatar
that
'cause
to
you're
be
broken
like
at the
full
moment.
width, didn't we? So for edit
Yeah,
user,
yeah.
for
So that's one
example,
of the things.
what we do is in Filament resources user edit. No, in the user resource.
No, in the user resource.
In the form method, when you're setting these columns, you can set like a column span. So
Yeah. And at the moment, technically under the hood, Filament will wrap all of those fields in a grid of 2 columns, and that's why everything comes in 2 columns. But you could change the 2 columns to 1 and then create your own grid with a sidebar. So in the demo online, we do have like a sidebar with cards and everything. And any of the layouts you want to make in the form builder, you can just create like a custom view and a
Mohammed
custom
just gave that to me.
component, and that will allow you to. Nice. And you can basically create any layout you want using custom blade views. Marion, I'm interested in how hard it is to have like custom live wire components. I may not know how Filament works just now, but I need a bunch of custom logic. I don't know. I think I'd need an example of what sort of live wire components you want, because obviously in Filament we use lots of different types of live wire components. So we have widgets that are live wire components. We have pages that are live wire components. All of the form components are blade components and not live wire components. So
You can
that's only
publish
performance a
assets, so
bit,
can't
but-
you? I think.
yeah, Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can
But
publish the
obviously
views and
change at your
everything.
peril.
Not that we recommend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we added a bunch of, well, the community added a bunch of CSS custom classes to basically the entirety of Filament so that you can change a lot of stuff from CSS in the theme.
But it looks pretty cool. Oh, you could change like the
Yeah,
brand color and stuff, can't you?
yeah, you can change the primary color with a custom theme. You don't have to have any CSS for that. You just like use a custom Tailwind config.
Tables, link
A different
action
primary
class,
color.
should show logo. Actions alignment on the left. Favicon. Avatar providers.
Yeah, the avatar providers, like we use UI avatars to get default avatars, but you can register your own to get like gravatars or anything.
Brand, home URL, domain. Cool. So, I mean, I'm quite impressed. Like, that's primary, isn't it? So if I
Yeah.
come to
Yeah, that's the primary.
like my Tailwind CSS, when I can find it.
Yeah, exactly. If
I
you
don't
you
have
have to
it.
follow the theme documentation,
Yeah,
because
that'll
that'll
be it.
tell you how to set up that. Yeah, building themes will be right.
Building themes. Tell you what, let's grab all of that because that's what I'll need. Does it play well with Jetstream? That is a good question, Michael.
Yep, it does. There are no conflicts with Jetstream or Breeze or anything. If you want to disable our own login system, you can. You just set the login key in config to null, and that will prevent the login page from being registered as a root. You can register your own root with the same name, and that will redirect our login page to your login page. But yeah, it works with Jetstream out the box.
Very well thought
and
out, this
Breeze.
is. I have to admit. Definitely very well thought out.
Thank you.
It's like anything that you could think
Rebuild
of,
the project one Filament.
it's been done. Where's a Tailwind?
I have to give
Tailwind.
a lot of
Config.
appreciation to open source community though. They've done a lot of features that they need, and they filled the gaps
Yeah.
in. So yeah, so here you can change the yellow to whatever primary color you want. Yeah, blue. Blue's nice.
That's just
You have to
okay.
recompile and register the theme. There's docs.
There's not docs. I will not follow them.
There is docs.
Webpack.mix.
Obviously, it's just setting up Tailwind and stuff really
Yeah.
in Webpack.
Setting up CSS because you have to. What was I doing? CSS. I can't even remember the last time I touched CSS, if I'm honest. And then in the service provider, while we're serving, we want to say register theme.
Yep.
At this point, I'd start thinking about setting my own
Filament service provider.
Filament service provider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically do that on every project.
What did I do?
I think you need to restart your watcher.
Of course I do. There we go. That's how simple it is, you know. Simples.
Yeah, takes 2 seconds.
Yeah, and obviously that also changes all the form colors and everything. Primary color.
Let's just make it really awkward to look at. Yay! So, if I edit, success is pink. Cool. Well, that is Filament admin, and that is so easy to use. So easy. I'm guessing with like on the charts, where have I got the widgets? How do can I control how widgets are displayed? I can't remember.
What, the order?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a sort property on each widget you can change. I think by default it's -1, so if you change the chart to be 2 or something, then it should work. Yeah, that's it.
Boop. Can you do like width or anything like that?
Yeah, column span.
Yeah, column span. Yeah.
We'll do column span too. So there's lots of stuff I can do.
So if you pass an array there, same with any form component actually, you can pass an array of different columns for different breakpoints. So if you had like a grid with like 3 columns on desktop and 2 columns on the bar, then you can define at which breakpoint your thing happens. Yeah. So obviously we don't have 4 columns, so it's not really going to do anything, but what have you done?
I don't know. 2. I'm gonna leave it at that. Let's see what happens. There we go. Big old one.
So it's 2.
Cool.
Nice.
I'm not even reading the docs, so what do I expect? So cool. Thanks very much, guys. That was amazing. I actually really enjoyed that,
Yeah,
and it's something that we're
nice.
thinking about using at work personally. We're thinking of going towards ToolStack anyway, so using Filament admin because we've already got Laravel Nova for like internal use, but we've got like this trade section and a separate section, and you can only install or have Nova installed for once. So we can't, we'd have to dig a little bit too deep into Nova to try and get it to work for us.
Yeah.
So having something like Filament might be really good. So thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
So that was Filament admin. And anybody watching? I'll drop the link in the chat so people can actually see it. Yeah, it's really cool. As it says, an elegant toolkit for Laravel artisans. Basically, if you're building things with Livewire, then why aren't you using Filament? Why waste your time creating all of these components yourself when it's here? Don't make yourself suffer. So that was amazing. Thank you. Thanks to Dan and thanks to Ryan. If you look in the description, in the link of the video, find them on Twitter, find their YouTube channels, go bug them, go tell them to do more stuff. Steve isn't allowed to be the only one who streams anymore. There's my Discord link in the description below. And Dan, you've got have you got your Discord link to hand? I can drop that in the chat.
It should be just filamentphp.com/discord.
Invite. Here we go. Go join the Filament community because Dan needs an excuse to be bugged by more people in the community. So go on, go annoy him. So does Ryan, although Ryan would just confuse you by talking about Rust. So speaking of, one of my next streams is actually with Ryan teaching me how to use
That's
Rust.
next week. Yeah.
Which is next week. So thank you all for coming. And I suppose I'll see you next time. So have a good weekend. Take care, everyone, and good night.